Holy crap, okay, it takes both of those things to make. And I can do it, because I do have all of the stuff. But yeah, that's it's going to be heinously expensive if I have to use it to replace the ones I've got. I say that. The coal feeding up to the diamonds thing is actually, you know what, I hate to say it, but I gotta turn this off. I cannot think with the music playing. Thank you.
Performing the duties of his office.
Digby C. Caesar.
No.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I am Digby and today we are back in Satisfactory. And as you can see, we've got power. Now, for context, I actually recorded that last episode, I think it was about a month ago now. And it has pretty much taken me this long to get that problem sorted out. And the reason for that is because, as it turned out in the end, it was actually not a problem that I created as much as it was a problem with the game engine and physics itself. Because yeah, it turns out that there is some sort of limitation on the pipes in-game, which is why we never got a Mark III pipe. And because of that, they cannot accurately depict water flow once it reaches a certain, gallons per minute or whatever. So yeah, basically what happened was I was overclocking the nuclear plants and they were burning up the water, and in spite of the fact that the pipe should have been bringing in more than enough, that limitation meant they were being choked. So basically, in order to fix it, what I had to do was set up a third nuclear power plant. Now I also went through the trouble of properly balancing everything up here, so it should not only be generating a lot more power, but it should also be running a lot more efficiently. Oh, and I also put in another railroad bringing water up here to add a layer of redundancy to that. So essentially, that train station is full of water, it drains into that one, which is also beefed up by that train right there, and then those are all fed into these things over here. And you will notice, well actually you probably won't notice because I don't think I've actually showed this place off very well, but I have also very much simplified the arrangement of pipes so that everything has its own dedicated water source, everything is getting more than enough water, and hopefully everything will stay running. As I don't mind telling you, 3 nuclear plants is as many as I can run and still effectively control all the waste and not get overwhelmed by it. So if we end up needing more power in the future, we are definitely going to have to find a different solution. Now, that being said, I think it might be time to make my dreams come true. Yeah, the other thing I did is once I got all that running and working, I brought over, I'm trying to remember which one of these stations I put it in, but yeah, I started manufacturing the, the fix-it blocks or whatever they are up there at the top. And I emptied out the train station that was bringing regular fuel over here, and I swapped it over to those. Let me just see if I can find them here really quick. Game? Why do I not have a thing full of turbo fuel here? Tell you what, let's see how many the train's dropping off. Sorry, we're getting distracted, but this is actually fairly important, so hold that thought. Okay, that thing only dropped off about 40, I think, things of turbo fuel. So note to self, when we get back home, we are definitely going to have to figure out what is up with that. Okay, here they are. So we have got an entire train station full of these, what are they? Yeah, fixite trigon. So if we need them, we've got plenty. Now I also started bringing over the diamonds with a drone because I did manage to set up diamonds back home as well, and we will be looking at that really quick when we get there. And I have been making time crystals with them, so if all has gone according to plan, there's going to be a whole bunch of them over here in this box. Hallelujah. Okay, so I need 250 to do that, and then I need, thank you, autosave. I was going to say, I need, I think, 100 to trigger off the thing in the MAM that's going to let me make my own power shards. And for those of you who were wondering, yes, that is a thing that I have been dreaming about since the second episode of the series, and I cannot wait to do it. Alright, so I need 100 for that. I've got everything else I need now on me, apart from the quartz, and we can grab... yeah, that is quartz. I was going to say, apart from the quartz, we can grab that when we go home. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring 400 of these things with me, and we are going to be living the dream. Ooh, actually, hold that thought. I completely forgot. There is one other thing I want to do first, though. Okay, we'll take 400 of you. You guys will kick in. Hopefully that's not going to drain my power too bad. Survey says... okay, we're still making close to 30,000. Gives us a 7,000 megawatt buffer, give or take. It's not great. Oh, you know what? That is a problem we're going to kick down the road. So anyway, yeah, another thing that I did once I got the power sorted out was I started making rocket fuel. And I had to set that up all the way on the other side of the pink forest there. Because, yeah, it's a really complicated recipe. And I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to need it or not. I mean, we do have some kind of rocket part that we have to make for the space elevator. And in my head, I needed rocket fuel for that. But I figured it was also a fairly decent alternative source of power as well. So I got 5 or 6 things over there making rocket fuel, and I am burning, I think, 3 of them, and then the rest of it's getting bottled up and brought over here. However, when I was setting all that up, because again, it's an incredibly complicated recipe, and it had to have like coal and sulfur and iron and some other crap, I found an iron deposit, and next to that iron deposit, there was a secret cave. Now, when I say secret cave, I mean like a properly secret cave, not just one that had rocks in front of it, like most of the ones we find. And as far as I know, there's only like 3 types of caves in the entire game. There's blatantly obvious ones, there's ones that are sealed up, and then there's the ones that are hidden. Now, every other secret cave I've ever found has had something really good in it, like a summer sloop or a Mercer sphere or whatnot. So hopefully this one's going to have something good in it as well. Okay, you know what? Ordinarily, I would actually edit out the entirety of traveling through the hypertubes, but just to show you guys kind of how epic and sprawling the factory is now, I think I'm just going to show it to you. So apologies if autosave goes off or we get any lag or whatnot. Basically, we have got a lot going on in here, and occasionally we do get some lag. we are here at the rocket fuel factory. Okay, yeah, so basically what I've got is I've got a train that's picking up oil all the way over there at the beach somewhere, and then it's picking up nitrogen over there in the middle of that mess. It's bringing it in here. Those things are getting dumped off into that row of tanks, and then they are getting turned into basically boring old plain fuel down there. And then here they are turned into nitric acid. Okay. And then they're run underneath the floor in pipes, and over here they are becoming turbo fuel there, and then they're getting shipped over here where they're getting mixed with the nitrogen, and they are making rocket fuel. At which point, 3 things are burning it, 2 are bottling it. Thank you, autosave, you completely screwed up my groove. As I was saying, yeah, I got 3 furnaces burning it, I got 2 things bottling it up, and then it's getting, well, basically popped into a drone thing and sent by drone back to the main base. Now, as I previously mentioned, in order to do all of this, I needed a lot of crap. Thank you, game. And one of the things I needed was iron. So if we follow the iron plate line back, there should be a little lake over there, and there it is, looming out of the fog. And feeding into that little lake, there was a waterfall, and behind that waterfall was the secret cave. Now, what are the odds that there's going to be an absolutely gigantic, disgusting spider in there? And for the love of God, Digby, will you quit slamming into the ground? Okay, it's not behind that little tiny one. I think it's behind that one right there. So yeah, if you guys actually play Satisfactory and you are doing a bit of exploring and want to find some secrets, there's one right there. No, get back up there. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm going to get my anti-spider devices out. Hang on, is somebody actually attacking me? Are you serious? Oh my god, you are serious. Hi. No, I don't want to be attacked, thank you. What I want to do is I want to shoot you a bunch of times. Where did you go? Hello? Did you fall off into the water? You did. And that is what you get for being an idiot. Nope, I don't want to swim. I want to grab his meat. Had to die in front of the flipping waterfall, didn't you? Okay, now, as I was saying, let's get our spider repelling system ready. And let's go poke our heads in and see what we find. Okay, this is actually a lot bigger than I was expecting. So far, no spiders. Hang on, is there a lake out in the middle of this thing? Oh, what are the odds that's where the stupid spider's gonna be? So far, it just looks like all we're gonna get is a yellow power slug? Is that really all that's in here? Well, I don't see any other places to go. On the other hand, I don't see any other baddies either. And what is that? Hello, what are you? Oh my god, is that a cassette? I didn't know there was more than one. Yeah, when I was actually doing the water for the nuclear power plant, over by where I have that set up, it's basically where our mid-tier manufacturing is, there's all of those crater lakes, and on a little tiny island in the center of the smallest one, I found a cassette, and it turned out that it was a game soundtrack for a game I've never actually heard of. But it wasn't too bad. Oh, and I did get an achievement for it as well, so I wonder if I'm going to get an achievement when I pick this one up. Hello, you. Oh my god, it's the Deep Rock Galactic soundtrack? Okay, that is incredibly cool. Okay, really quick, let's go find out what we just got. this one is actually my favorite so far. It's got kind of a Stranger Things vibe to it that I absolutely dig. And that's it. Apparently there's only 5 songs on the tape. You know what? That's fine. I might leave that running for a little while. I don't know if it's going to play... Okay, it is just going to play in the background. I'll tell you what, really quick while we're right here, how about we jump in and let's go by all the rest of the tapes that we don't have yet. So that would be you, and you. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you listen to them. I just kind of want to have them. Yes, please. I will buy all of those. Okay, we now have the boombox tapes.
This playlist was made to motivate pioneers to defend their factories from hostile alien lifeforms more efficiently. Thankfully, we developed a repellent that's since been mixed into all fix-it paint.
Yeah, well, apparently the hostile lifeforms on this planet didn't get the flippin' memo because every single thing I've ever met, apart from the little doggo things, has tried to kill me. Okay, now, you wanted 250 of those, and that'll be that.
Milestone reached. After close scrutiny, 2 problems were identified in Mark V conveyor belts. The first was the belt part, so force fields have been implemented in the Mark VI instead, to maximize transfer speeds. The second problem is inefficient pioneers, but sadly no remedy is available for this severe impediment. Yet.
Okay, that's not threatening at all. So what is involved? Out of curiosity. Oh, actually, I have to do it in here, don't I? Yeah, so if we go to logistics. Holy crap, okay, it takes both of those things to make. And I can do it, because I do have all of the stuff. But yeah, that's it's going to be heinously expensive if I have to use it to replace the ones I've got. I say that. The coal feeding up to the diamonds thing is actually, you know what, I hate to say it, but I got to turn this off. I cannot think with the music playing. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, the coal that's feeding up to the diamonds up there is not fast enough to keep ahead of it. So maybe, just maybe, we replace those with Mark VI. Thank you, autosave. I gotta admit, I'm kind of interested to see exactly how quick they are. But, problem for later on, right now, we need to pick a new milestone. Okay, so quantum encoding. We can definitely do that. I've got that. I'm reasonably certain I've got at least 200 of those. And I'm pretty sure I got 400 supercomputers as well. So that one we can do pretty much immediately. Okay, this thing here we need those things to do, which means I can't do that right now. And this one actually is going to take the thing we unlocked from that too. Okay, so we do have to do these kind of more or less in order. Although I think I'm not going to bother with the Blueprint Mark III thing until absolutely dead last. Only because I'm never going to use it. It's basically going to take up a huge chunk of space that I could have used for something else. Okay, we will pick quantum encoding. We will go grab everything we need for it in just a minute. Before we do that, however, I've got something I have been dying to do for a really long time. Please be as good as I have made you out to be in my head for the last however many months this series has been running.
Research completed. Synthetic power shard recipe unlocked. Exchanging regular exercise and filtered fresh air with automation is just the kind of progress Fix-It likes to see.
Okay, that was not what I was expecting. Now, what exactly do I need to do to make the bloody things? It's not going to tell me, but apparently I can't do it in here. Okay, well, really quick, let's just make the 2 that we found in the cave. And let's look them up. Nope, that's the map, Digby. That's what you wanted. So, power shard. Okay, regular power shards, synthetic power shards. So I'm going to need 2 of those. And 2 of the dark matter crystal that we're going to unlock here in a minute. And then we're going to need quartz. And excited photonic matter. And that's going to give us a power shard. And some dark matter residue that we don't know what to do with yet. It's going to make 5 a minute though. But yeah, I have a feeling if we're going to do that, we are going to have to actually like set up a factory specifically to do that. Okay, well most of that stuff's going to be made with SAM, so it shouldn't be that bad. Now you, what did I need? I needed 50 more of those things. I think I actually have on me. I do. 100 of the little ingoty things. I don't have any on me, but I do have some on the internet. So let's grab some of those. Feed those to you. Boop. Now, what are the odds I have turbo motors on the internet? Survey says I don't have any supercomputers on the internet, which is not a good sign. Turbo motors, on the other hand, I do. Okay, we're going to pop you in. Oh, no, we're not. Apparently, I need to grab 200 of them, and I only grabbed 50. Hold that thought. Okay, and boop. So, all I need is 400 supercomputers. For some reason, I don't have any online at all, which makes no sense, but then neither did the not having any fuel. I know I'm making them, because, well, apparently I had some up there at one point. I need 400, which might be a little bit tricky. Okay, well, let's head back to mid-tier production, and let's see if we can't figure that one out. Okay, now, supercomputers, where are you? There's my supercomputers. Okay, what's the holdup? You're not getting enough computers. How are you not getting enough computers? There are a metric ton of computers back in that stupid thing. Okay, well, luckily we do have enough to do 400, so let's grab that now. Kinda like that. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to sort out why this is being held up. Because I know for a fact we are making way more computers than that thing should be able to ever use in its lifetime. Ah, okay, never mind. The problem is that the one making computers for the one thing is backed up. The ones making computers for that thing are not. Now, I don't want to actually boost the speed, because I feel like that would be a really, really dumb thing to do, and it would end up just basically draining all the things that go into it. But I do have a ton of them over there. I could just kind of bring them into here. Alright, well, it's only going to help a little bit, but how about right now we just put a splitter on there, put a merger on the other one, right about there, and then I will very cheekily run a belt. And I'm going to stick with the Mark 5s because they're incredibly cheap to make. But yeah, we'll run a belt over there. Just kind of fluff up the system a little bit. And boop. Okay, you should now be getting a metric ton of computers from there. That is not what I would call a metric ton of computers. Yeah, I'm going to have to go underneath, I think. I'll leave this on for now, but I'm going to have to go underneath, I think. And I'm going to have to merge that belt, wherever that one is, with the belt that's coming out of here. And that is going to be a bit of a project, which means that is going to be a tomorrow problem. Okay, 100, 200, 300, and 400, and... boop.
Milestone reached. This is not a competition, but other pioneers, such as 83CKY and U531355, had already completed project assembly by this point. Fix-It was obviously wrong about you, but perhaps so was I. Regardless, you have finally unlocked the quantum encoder, which requires vast fluctuating power and excited photonic matter to produce highly complex parts. Do not make the same mistakes managing the resulting dark matter residue as you did other byproducts. Project part number 11, the AI expansion server, is now your highest priority. Galaxy-wide project management is taxing to even the most advanced among us, especially those who have to manage the less advanced. Like kittens and puppies, who are definitely still waiting for you to save them.
Okay, I don't think I like where my relationship with Ada is going. Alright, spatial energy regulation. That's going to give us the portals, and that is the next thing that I absolutely 100% cannot wait to get my hands on. So yeah, looks like I have got a metric ton of stuff to do off camera and a metric ton of stuff to do on camera, which means hopefully the next episode is going to be an exciting one. And on that knee-shakingly good note, as always, I have been Digby. I thank you guys for stopping by. Really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Satisfactory. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah.